We all love Black film and we love Black TV, but even in its most powerful storytelling and captivating camera work, we often miss the mark in the on-screen romance department, and it's time to get real about it. I know love is not always nice and neat. It gets messy, it gets ugly, and it gets painful. But let's just be real. Some relationships just should never exist. So gather around, class. This is 5 of the worst Black on-screen romances. Jody and Yvette from John Singleton's Baby Boy. We meet Jody and Yvette outside of an abortion clinic in the very opening scene, so you already know we're about to be taken on a wild ride. The story follows Jody as he is just struggling to take care of his responsibilities as a man and basically just grow up, and how it shows in his relationship with his longtime girlfriend and mother of his child, Yvette. So Jody don't have a job. Jody sleeps with his other child's mother. Jody lives at home with his mama. He just has all the makings of an F-boy. So it doesn't make for a good relationship. While Yvette has her good costs in her job and she takes care of her kid, Jody's a good dad, but he pops in and out when he wants to. And Yvette is just the one that has her shit together. But my issue with Yvette, you lost me the moment you took a call from Prison Bay. Like, girl, you got a whole son and you taking calls from a in jail? Now, Jody had every right to go off on him, and it was one of my favorite parts in the movie. However, this is toxic. And my biggest issue here is that there was no redemption for either character for putting hands on each other. Yvette finally can't take no more of his mess, and she hits him, and then he slaps the out of Yvette. I know these things happen in real life, and I know that art should reflect life at times, but to me, it sends a dangerous message when the audience doesn't get to see that the characters have actually learned from their mistakes, especially a mistake as big as domestic violence. Y'all might not agree with me on that one, but that's my take. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jody did get a job selling stolen dresses from the boosters. But by the end of the movie, where he's supposed to be all grown and finally get it, he never got a real job. I'm not sure how we supposed to be getting married and having kids with a job selling stolen dresses. It seems like Yvette is just going for Prison Bay number 2. Nikki Parker and Professor Stanley Ogilvy from The Parkers. Now, if you didn't catch this series finale, you might be confused as to why I'm calling them a couple here, but they did end up getting together. But we gotta be real from the beginning. Nikki Parker was a delusional stalker. The moment she meets Stanley, she's immediately drawn to him, and he is immediately repulsed by her. Throughout the series, she continuously harassed him, like literally chased him, and he constantly rejected her advances. And then it got to the point that he was parading all his girlfriends and different women around her as if he was enjoying dangling the carrot. And although they did sleep together on one drunk night, ultimately he treated her like shit. And then this man waits until she finds the love of her life. We loved Johnny and Nikki Parker. And he waits until she's getting married on the series finale to interrupt her wedding and profess his love for her. And she went for it. If you really take this relationship for what it is, it sounds crazy. If you knew a Nikki Parker in real life, you would have her committed. And now I'm gonna try to get through this next couple without falling asleep because God, they were boring. Joan and William from the TV show Girlfriends. Now, although they were best friends, they had no romantic chemistry whatsoever. They never once mentioned being attracted to each other in the slightest throughout their friendship. In fact, William seemed like he flirted with the other girls in the friend group more than Joan. Come on, people. The person that you make a baby pact with, meaning if we get to a certain age and neither of us are married with children, we'll just have children with each other. That is not the person you enter a romantic relationship with. No one bought it. Not even their friend group bought it. You couldn't even take their arguments serious. They couldn't even take their arguments serious. Ultimately, Joan and William were just two people that were so desperate that they took their compatibility as friends as a sign that they were soulmates. And that was simply not the case. I might get a lot of booze and tomatoes for this one, but next on the list is Darius and Nina from Love Jones, the movie. I'ma just be real. Love Jones is a story of a city girl that was having her way with these men. And I'm all for a hot girl summer, but we just gotta call a spade a spade. Nina was fresh off a breakup and still hooked up with Darius, who was obviously smitten by her from the jump. Even though they both tried to say
no love thing.
You're just kicking it.
But things go left when Nina tells Darius, right after sex I might add, that she was going back to New York to try to make it work with her ex. Now Nina I consider to be an emotionally intelligent F girl, which most F boys and F girls tend to be, and that's how they can manipulate you. But you didn't hear that from me. But I say that because why would you tell a man that's obviously falling for you that you're going to see your ex just to test him based on his response? If you want to know if he loves you, just ask him if he loves you. You knew you did not want your ex. And I consider Darius to be an emotionally immature lover boy who covers it with a smooth little love and light persona. I told you about them love and light boys. Do I think this is the worst love story? No. Are they the epitome of black love? Hell no. Darius and Nina were a fling with a strong connection. Do I think Nina and Darius would still be together today? That would be a no. I know this isn't every black person's top favorite movies, but the premise of this love story is trash. Monica and Quincy from Love and Basketball. Monica and Q are childhood friends who bond over their shared love of basketball. He takes her virginity senior year and then they go on to be a couple in college. Okay, that's cute. Q starts going through some personal struggles and he basically kind of made Monica choose between her basketball career and him, which really wasn't fair because there obviously was a way that she could have been there for him in a way that worked for both of them. And then he starts flaunting a girl in front of Monica before they were even really broken up, which I found to be super petty to treat a childhood friend and your girlfriend that way, even if it was just...
I took the hoe to Burger King.
And then understandably they don't talk for a long time after that, but he goes and gets a whole fiance and never even mentions it to Monica. Like, were y'all ever really friends at all? And then Monica. This girl waits until 2 weeks before Quincy was to get married to tell him that she was still in love with him and she had been all along. And then she challenges him to a game of one-on-one in order to win him back.
I'll play you.
For what?
Your heart.
Play you for your heart? And the whole point was supposed to be that they play and he loses. Obviously he did it on purpose because he wants to be with her. But this man starts getting buckets. And justice for my girl Tyra Banks, because my girl lost her injured NBA player fiance that she was about to walk into marital bliss with for the girl that you grew up with, the girl that you said was awkward and loved basketball more than people, Monica, the one that... Wow. So what do you think? Is there an on-screen couple that you think should have never happened? Share your thoughts below. If you're like me and enjoy all things black culture, music, movies, entertainment, then make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with the latest. If you like this video, show some love. Until next time.